Hello and welcome to my yoga for anxiety and sleeplessness. So we're in week 3 of our lockdown, as my fringe will tell you. Desperately needs trimming, and I'm sure I'm not the only one with fringe issues going on. And I'm sure I'm also not the only one that has gone through phases of feeling quite worried, sleep pattern changing, waking up in the night with loads of thoughts churning around the mind. So I've done this yoga for anxiety and to help with sleep. So this is a truly restorative yoga, so you don't need to be able to do yoga. It doesn't need to be something you normally do. You don't need blocks, you don't even need a mat. You can do this in bed. All you do need is a pillow or two to hand. The idea of the restorative poses are that you're not finding your edge and leaning into it. So instead of normally on my long hold yogas, I say get the intensity to about a 4 to 5 out of 10. For this level, you want it to be about a 2 to 3 out of 10. It's about letting the body completely relax, completely let go of tension. And the breath work is so important. The breath is the only physiological aspect of our body's functioning that we have any control over. And you know, when you're feeling worried, anxious, you can feel that your breath has become shallow and short. By slowing and lengthening the breath, you then tell your body that actually all is well, all is calm, and you will reduce the level of adrenaline, cortisol that's flowing through your arteries and veins at that moment. We will be opening with something called Nadi Shodhana, which is an alternate nostril breathing. The left side of our nose represents our calming side of our nervous system, and the right side of the nose represents the fight and flight, the go, 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 the if a bear came in the room, our adrenaline would really soar. So the idea of the alternate nostril breathing is to balance out our fight and flight nervous system, and research has shown that it reduces blood pressure, lowers the heart rate, lowers adrenaline and lowers cortisol. So that's how we will be opening the practice. If you're doing it in bed, fantastic, wonderful. If you're doing it on your yoga mat, if possible, put your yoga mat near a wall, ready for when we do legs up the wall. Failing that, if you're not anywhere near a wall, I'm not, so don't worry, you can just place the cushion under your tailbone and that will give you the elevation that you need to make it restorative. So I hope you enjoy this yoga practice. There's no outro this time. I will leave you in Savasana, and so it may be what helps you to sleep, or it may be what gives you a lovely relaxed start to the day. Let me know how it goes, leave a comment below. And if you haven't done so already, please do click the subscribe button. Thank you.
Let's begin by sitting comfortably, either on our beds or on our yoga mats. I'm sitting on one pillow and I have another pillow to hand. So if you've got 2 pillows, that will be perfect. And then once you've got yourself situated so you're comfortable, your spine is tall, you could be leaning back against the wall or the headrest of the bed. Let's begin with our alternate nostril. Close off the right nostril with the thumb. Breathe in for 4 through the left. Then close off the left. Let go of the right. Breathe out for 4. Breathe in for 4. Close off the right nostril, release the left, breathe out for 4. That's 1 round. Breathe in for 4. Close off the left nostril, release the right, breathe out for 4. In for 4. Switch nostrils. Out for 4. That's 2 rounds. In for 4. Switch. Release the right out. In. Switch nostrils. Out. In. Switch out through the right. In through the right. Switch out through the left. In. Switch out. In. Switch out through the left. Release the nostrils, closing off the eyes. Just notice how you feel, breathing normally again. Slow breaths throughout this whole practice. Moving into our first pose, a wide-legged child's pose, Balasana. So stack the pillows long ways, big toes together, knees wide, and then carefully lower your upper body down onto the pillows, turning onto one ear, closing off your eyes again. Coming back into that lovely slow deep breath. Try and concentrate on breathing in for 4 and trying to breathe out for 5. Turn your head carefully onto the other ear and come back into those lovely long slow breaths. Breathing in for 4 and breathing out for 5. On the in-breath, try to feel the belly expand, and on the out-breath, feel the belly contract. Carefully rise back up. Move your pillows aside. We're going to come into doing 5 rounds of cat and cow. The fluid movements of the spine help to release tension that we hold in our back and our chest. On our hands and knees, on the inhale, lowering the belly, lifting the gaze, so we're arching the spine. And then on our exhale, rounding at the tailbone, doming up through the shoulder blades, chin comes to chest, into our cat. Keep going with your breath, 4 more rounds. Try to make each movement last the length of your inhale or the exhale. Close off your eyes if you wish. It can be really nice to move with your breath with the eyes closed. When you've completed your 5 rounds, come back into tabletop and then make our way down onto our fronts, coming into flapping fish. This is a wonderful restorative pose. So bring your right arm up, bending your arms, right elbow goes to the top, left elbow points down, and we bring the left knee up towards our left elbow. They don't have to touch, you don't force this pose. And again, come back to those lovely long, slow, deep belly breaths. In for 4 and out for 5. Carefully switching to the other side. So the left elbow is up to the top, the right elbow pointing down towards the right knee, which is bent up towards the elbow. Resting your head on your hands. And once you've situated yourself, come back to those lovely, long, slow, deep belly breaths. In for 4. Out for 5. Coming out, returning onto our fronts. Bring your hands under your shoulders to push yourself back up. We're going to come into supported fish, which is just a yummy pose. So bring one of your pillows lengthway and then turn round and lean yourself back on your pillows. Bring the soles of your feet together and let the knees fall away. That's an option. If that's uncomfortable for your hips, then keep the knees up and together, and you can either keep the knees bent or straighten the legs. This pose opens up across our chest, opening the heart chakra area. This signals to the body that all is well and that we are calm, and again helps reduce the levels of our stress hormones. Return to the breath, breathing in for 4, and breathing out for 5. Come out of this pose, activate your abdominals, draw the belly into the spine, bend the knees up together, and then support yourself as you rise up. If you're near a wall or you're on your bed, scoot yourself over to the wall or to the headrest. If you haven't got a wall to hand, then coming onto our backs, lifting up the pelvis area to place a cushion under the tailbone if you haven't got a wall to hand. If you've got a wall to hand, then bring your legs up against the wall, and if you're like me without a wall, raise the legs up towards the sky. Don't work hard here. This isn't about stretching out those hamstrings. This is about letting the blood and the lymphatic fluid drain in the opposite direction. Great for lowering blood pressure. If you've got the wall there, that's wonderful, because then there's absolutely no effort being made. Finding the breath again. Concentrating on the length of the in-breath and the length of the out-breath, just being that one breath longer. Bend the knees. If your legs are up against the wall, roll away to one side. And if you were using a cushion, once the feet are back down, lift the tailbone up to remove the cushion, and let's meet in Savasana on our backs with our legs long, just a bit wider than the hips. Let the feet drop out, arms by our side, palms up, close off the eyes. Bring the mind to your feet, your toes. Just notice if you can feel any sensation in them. You don't need to. Are they relaxed? Are the feet turned out? Then bring the mind to the ankles. Let them be relaxed. And again, just notice if there's any sensations. Can you feel the sheet or the mat that you're lying on? Bring the mind up to the calves and the knees. Release any tension in the knees. Notice any sensations. Or you may register no sensations. There's no right or wrong. Bring the mind up to the thighs and the glutes, the left glute, the right glute. Let the thighs and the glutes be heavy on the mat. On your next in-breath, imagine breathing all the way down into the toes. And on the out-breath, breathing all the way up from the toes. Release the legs and come to the back. Bring the mind to the lower back, the mid back, the upper back. Can you feel your shoulder blades in the mat or the bed? And on your next in-breath, holding your whole back in awareness. On your exhale, release the back and bring your mind to your fingers and your hands. Do you feel any fizzing or any sensations in the fingers? Are the fingers gently curled because you are relaxed? Bring the mind further up the forearms and the elbows. Again, do you register any sensations? There is no right or wrong answer. Bring the mind up to the upper arms and the shoulders. Are the shoulders released and heavy in the mat or the bed? Let go of any tension in the shoulders and the upper arms. On your next exhale, release the arms and bring the mind to the back of the neck and the skull. Relax the neck. Let the head be heavy on the mat or the pillow. Bring your mind to the forehead, the cheeks, the jaw and the tongue. Release any tension that you might be holding in the jaw. Is the tongue relaxed and resting gently behind the upper front teeth? Come to the throat. Is the throat heavy? Relax the throat. And notice the chest and the belly rising on your inhale and falling on your exhale. Imagine that your whole body is breathing. Stay here for as long as you wish. This is where I shall leave you. Namaste.